We're back again, and there's Marilyn Monroe hanging out in Latham Park, looking fabulous today. She's excited for Rocket League. I'm gonna put that on her. Are you guys think she'd be a Rocket League fan?
She'd probably be.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah. Good answer, James Bott. That's what I was looking for. Well, it's an exciting time to be in Connecticut for sure, because we've got the Universal Open Rocket League Grand Finals sponsored by 7-Eleven and Brisk, and we are in our first of 3 days on our last match. We're in the lower bracket, and that means that Ghost and Selfless, when they face off here, the losing team is going home, guys.
Going home. This is do or die time now for both of these teams.
It's gonna be a tough one. We've seen matches from both these guys already today. Ghost came in looking very strong from their qualifier in New York City. What can you guys tell me about them in the practice room?
Look, Ghost Gaming, all right, Lethamyr, he's nuts. All right, Memory, they're nuts. They were in there, they were practicing, trying to get things going, trying to figure out what went wrong, and I think that these guys can do it. They're down in the lower bracket, and they'll get it figured out. They'll figure out what wasn't working, and they'll adapt.
And I think, you know, we might see a pretty similar play style to what we saw from Selfless, who, you know, narrow Game 5 loss. But Selfless, they weren't as much passing as they were trying to just go for rebounds, hitting it off the backboard, or just trying to go for the solo dribble plays and hope the rebound bounces out to their teammate. So I think we might see that out of Ghost as well, but Ghost also, I think they will tend to pass a little bit more, but this one it's going to be another brutally close matchup, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I do know we have a little bit more information about Ghost Gaming from Larry. Larry, what'd you hear?
Yeah, you're speaking about Ghost Gaming, and one of their members is, of course, Memory, the young man, 16 years of age. He has a virus, I've been told, and he's not feeling very well. Almost went to the hospital. He's been sick, guys, for a couple of weeks now. Like I said, almost went to the hospital. Almost didn't even make it here to Stamford, Connecticut, but he was able to get here and get here safely. And he's feeling a little bit better. Did have a bit of a mishap, a setback, if you will, around 5 a.m. this morning, so he hasn't been feeling good. Zapped his energy. Struggled a little bit this morning and into the afternoon, but I've been told by both of those guys, look, Lethamyr and Memory, they're not going to use this as an excuse. They lost the first match, and they're moving on here in the lower bracket, and they're hoping to get out of it and move on and beat the Selfless team. So once again, Memory not feeling very well, but I was told by those guys, Larry, this is not an excuse, and they're going to power on, guys, but clearly he's not feeling very well, and he's got a virus he's dealing with.
Wow, that's important information to know. Thank you, Larry, for checking in on the team there. That's a rough way to play when you're not feeling your best.
I know that when anyone gets sick, especially when I get sick, it's so hard to just be able, your mental state is just not there. It's so hard to be able to think through things, and in Rocket League, when you have to make split-second decisions, everything just feels like it's going to lag. So that's got to be a tough spot, Memories.
Yeah, especially this is the last match of the day. So, you know, they've been playing, they've been here, trying to stay warm for hours. So that's going to be tough, but you know, Memory, he's a professional. I think that they still have a chance, even though he's not feeling the greatest. We've seen some pretty famous sick performances all around, so.
Yeah. Well, speaking of sick performances and not wanting to play a certain way, we talked to Selfless earlier, and this is funny. Quinn just reminded me of this. We asked all the teams, we're like, who would you absolutely never want to run into in this bracket? And Selfless was like, oh, easy answer, Ghost Gaming. No, thank you. Well, here we are in our last match of the day in the lower bracket, and unfortunately, Selfless is gonna have to face off against their biggest fears. So how do you think they'll shape up?
Well, I want to kind of piggyback on what James was saying, is that they relied a lot on the backboard and rebounds to try to get them the win against Team Secret, and it wasn't working. Ghost is going to pass the ball. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to get in your face, and they got to be able to adapt with that. We see that passing in twos, as much as people don't want to admit it, we've seen passing work. Yeah. Passing has been working for teams. They've been winning games by passing the ball.
Controlled passing.
And it's
controlled passing.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
The passing that I'm talking about too is like mostly the infield
give
passing.
and go. Yeah.
The infield passing, because when you do the infield passing, if the other team jumps on it and gets the ball before your teammate in the middle, it's a breakaway like every time. But if you're very good and very confident like Cloud9 is, it can work for you, but it can be risky.
Well, we've seen confident, we've seen scared, and we've seen our most successful formula of all. Guys having fun together playing Rocket League. So let's check out where our Team Selfless falls with Dapper and Miho.
Mario or Sonic?
Mario. Sonic.
What?
No. Yes. God.
Roller coasters or tea parties?
Tea parties. I'll probably say tea parties, yeah. Yeah. I like to chill. Yeah, so.
Omega Lull or PogChamp?
PogChamp. PogChamp.
TV or books?
TV.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Orange or blue?
Blue.
Ceiling shot or double tap?
Double tap. Yeah, double tap, yeah.
Money or free time?
Money. Probably money, yeah.
PC or console?
PC. Console. Wait, what?
What? We're console warriors.
Console's dead to me.
I love this team. I love the fun they have together.
Yeah, console, can't stand with you on that one, sorry.
These are my Tea Party boys, so sorry, nothing's gonna dull their shine for me. Well, guys, Ghost Gaming and Selfless are almost ready to start, but before they do, we've got a quick word from our sponsors. All right, it is time. Selfless and Ghost in our last match of the day. The losing team has to go home, so fight with everything you've got. Jorby, Jamesbot, take it away.
The elimination match begins right now. Ghost in blue, Selfless in orange. Lethamyr gonna start things off with a bang off the ceiling, and it's knocked away. A demo. Lethamyr gets it off away from Dapper. And Lethamyr gets another demo, but Dapper here to clean up. So Ghost early, Lethamyr just having a demolition derby. But nothing amounting, and he's got to get back quickly as Miho throws it towards the net. Not a ton of action here so far, some explosions, but other than that, not much. A huge miss from Miho, and memory is gonna make you pay.
And this was just a critical mistake from Miho right here. Miho just jumped a little bit too early. He was off track, he recognized it, tried to correct midair, but it wasn't enough, and that is gonna be an easy goal for memory.
So just like that, Ghost strikes first. And having the lead, many times we saw them in the Northeast Regional, as soon as they grabbed a lead, they never let go, and they just continued to put pressure on you. Expect more of the same here from Ghost Gaming. High against the backboard, Lethamyr plays it down. He's actually gonna play it slow against Miho here. Miho can't get to the ball, and Lethamyr has a 2-0 lead.
And this was a heads-up play by Lethamyr. Miho just had a few boosts. He had 8 boosts left to make this save. Lethamyr, perhaps expecting that, just goes for the shot, because worst case scenario, Miho gets the save, memory will be there for the rebound, but Miho couldn't make the save. Just 1 minute in, 2 goals now for Ghost.
Ghost, the early lead, but 2 goals, not a lot, especially in twos. And Selfless is looking to get on the board here. Dapper, challenged by memory, followed up. And Dapper working his way down the pitch, and Lethamyr gonna take this one, throw it up high. Dapper gets the touch, but it's coming straight back down. Ghost playing back on it, and now memory actually forced back, jumping backwards to try to get to that ball. Miho not able to follow up with a shot. Dapper to Miho, that's the shot backside, and he gets him 2-1.
And I was complaining a little bit about the passing from Selfless, but this was a great pass. Dapper taps it into the middle where only Miho can get it, and Miho comes in, side flips it right past memory. Just a good passing play from Dapper and Miho with the clean finish.
And so Selfless get on the board. Stop things from getting out of hand quickly. Memory. Gonna give way for Lethamyr. And bumped away by Miho. Lethamyr wants this shot. Miho meets him in the air. Now Dapper. Off the sidewall. Can't find anything. Lethamyr gets it by 1. Memory gonna play it back. Saw Dapper had him beat. Wasn't having any of it. And now Ghost forwarding to reset with Lethamyr on the point. Memory in support. Memory just kind of hanging back, not wanting to get too aggressive, don't want to overcommit, give Selfless a chance at a free goal or a breakaway opportunity. They want to keep this lead. Dapper just looking to win the challenge, but Memory's got the ball. Lethamir is waiting for him. Actually, looked like he tried to get the bump on Miho, but just behind him, and now Selfless looks to get down to the blue half.
And yeah, Lethamir a little bit ago, he didn't have the greatest touch. That allowed the offensive opportunity there for Selfless. He's lucky that Selfless didn't take advantage of that center ball, but it's still been very close. Selfless knocking on the door, and they do get the equalizer.
Selfless getting the goal, finding that breakaway, just winning that challenge up high. Lethamir didn't even get a chance to touch the ball, and like you said, James, tied game here, Selfless. We saw them fight back several times against Team Secret. You know that they're capable of doing it. It's just a matter of finishing this game, finishing this series.
Yeah, and Lethamir, he looks like he's playing a little bit, he's getting ahead of himself a little bit, challenging when he should probably stay back and take his time. And that time it bit him. He was there late on the challenge. Probably should have just stayed down, and Selfless was able to capitalize.
Well, Lethamir is going to try to take this out. Bounces right back to him. And smart play by Memory. Just pulling off the ball. Lethamir had an open net for a second, but the ball got past him. Gets by one defender, gets by another. All he has to do is finish it. Memory's got him. Ghost has the lead.
And this is where the one skills come into play. Lethamir just brushes off that first challenge by Dapper and then flicks it up past Miho. Memory, he was waiting in the back, waiting for Lethamir to get that ball in a spot he could score. Lethamir did exactly that, and Ghost take the lead right back.
And the faces of focus on all four players here, trying to get the first win in this series. Miho can't find the ball. Memory is able to boom it downfield. And now Lethamir's got Memory on the wing. Memory cuts it wide. He does get the ball, but Miho now has Dapper downfield. Dapper looking for the touch. He gets it. Does he have one more? He doesn't. Straight down, didn't have the read. And now Lethamir, one-on-one opportunity. Tries to go under Miho. Miho has it read, keeps Selfless within one.
Yeah, Miho thanking his lucky stars right there that Lethamir didn't get a great flick. Miho was in the best spot he could to defend it, so when Leth failed to get a strong flick, it was an easy save for Miho.
So now Ghost just have to hold on to this lead for a little longer. They might add to their lead. Lethamir trying to play against Dapper. Memory now forced to wait. It's a dangerous position here for Ghost. Miho up, and Memory playing it away. Trying to get the second touch, can't. 15 seconds, Selfless. Looking like they might have an opportunity here. Memory gets to it first. 10 seconds for Selfless. Trying to find it, but this ball is in the wrong half of the field. They're gonna move quickly. Dapper almost has him beat. This is an opportunity. Miho, it bounces straight up. All he can do is keep the ball in the air. Dapper gets challenged, it drops down, and Ghost takes game number one.
And that was a great idea at the end there to just fake the challenge, and then the only reason that plan failed was because that ball, like you said, bounced straight up. Had that ball bounced out just a little bit more, that would have been an equalizer. What a close finish at the end.
That was, you know, I felt like Memory, this is about the most passive I've ever seen Memory play. He's just playing really safe. His positioning was really, really solid, but we're going to, we have Larry with Selfless's coach, Courtney.
Yeah, guys, we're back here in the Players Lounge, and I'm hanging out with Courtney. She's the Selfless coach, but let's go back a little bit and talk about your relationship with Selfless and those guys, Dapper and Miho, how you met, and tell us how that all came about.
How that all came about is back in season 2, for season 2, basically, I was friends with a lot of people on the Genesis squad, and that included Pluto. So whenever that team broke up, I went over with Pluto to Dapper, Miho, and Timmy, and so became good friends with them. They kept me around, you know, we all became good friends, and I started managing them, and we went from different org to different org, and now I'm here.
Well, you're no longer their coach, but you decided to come here, so why did you make the trek all the way here to Stamford, Connecticut to root these guys on?
To be honest, like, we've all been really close for a couple years, so I wanted to support them. They had an extra spot, so I wanted to be here, be morale. So I'm here. I'm happy to be here, too.
All right, as a coach, you've got an eye for Rocket League and what's going on. All right, coach these guys up. Coach them up real quick. What do they need to do to get back in this game? They're down 1-0. That's not good.
Yeah, that's not good, but you know, we're here. They've got the skill to be able to make it back. So I mean, I believe in them. They just need to play a little more aggressive. So more demos, more ball chasing, you know, typical twos.
And there you heard it. Aggressive is the key, and one of the most aggressive players and one of the best 1v1 players is Dapper. He's got it in him. All right, guys, let's go back to you at the desk.
And it's tough to be aggressive against a defensive god that Memory is, known for his defensive prowess, who's kind of turned into an offensive powerhouse recently, but his defensive prowess has never really been shaken.
I mean, even in the Northeast Regional, we got to watch them play, and they were doing the same thing. Lethamyr generating these chances, and Memory just wasn't missing his shots.
Yeah.
So he's doing a good job of cleaning up the opportunities Lethamyr's making for him.
Well, game number 2, Ghosts already on the Selfless half of the field. So Memory up high here, low against the backboard. Lethamyr finishes it, and that's a quick 1-0 lead, 20 seconds in.
Memory just doing a good job again. Dapper didn't get the greatest touch. Memory was already on the wall looking to block the clear. When Dapper failed to get the ball in a safe spot, Memory just puts it right out for Lethamyr. A great shot from him, just an easy play to get this first goal 20 seconds in.
Selfless finding themselves down again. And they've been struggling early in games, conceding goals. They have been able to fight back, but it's been a tough road. Look at Dapper here. Memory able to make a save. It doesn't matter. Miho's there. Lethamyr tries to make it. Somehow Ghost keeps the ball out of the net and keeps the scoreline 1-0.
And that has to be so frustrating. How does that ball not go in? If that is exactly what you're thinking if you're Selfless, what do they have to do to score?
Lethamyr trying to chase that ball down, in Memory able to hop up and make the save. And on that last play, it felt like Miho was going for the changeup. Wanted to try to trip Lethamyr up, and it just, Lethamyr had it.
And they finally get that win, and Miho refusing to be denied. Lethamyr taking a little bit too much of his time. Dapper comes in, gets the bump, gets that center ball, and Miho blasted past Memory, who was waiting for it. But that play before as well, yeah, Miho did put a little bit of a hospital ball on net, but he knew Lethamyr was coming in for the block, so perhaps he was just trying to account for the timing on what Lethamyr was going to come blasting in. But still, Selfless, don't let it psych them out, and they get this equalizer. It's good to see from them. They're right back in it.
Well, forget my baseball references. You're making soccer references, which is infinitely more relatable for Rocket League.
What kind of baseball references were we going to make?
Change-up.
Change-up.
And you said hospital ball, which is much more
Well, you know, it's
applicable.
all the same thing. Tomato,
You're
tomato.
right. You're right. Tomato, tomato, Ghost Gaming moving downfield. Memory looking to flip, maybe take it himself, actually. Miho stays the course. Keeps the ball out. And so Lethamyr gonna take it himself. He's quick up onto this ball. Goes under one, Dapper right there to back Miho up.
What miss there?
Huge miss, but forces Lethamyr back. Memory actually goes back and gets the touch. Bring it back over. This is dangerous though, Selfless threatening. Memory with an easy clear out, but he's not able to get the side boost. It was taken from him. And again, Miho with some great challenges defensively. Just not a lot of action going on the blue half of the field for them. About halfway through game number 2. And Selfless able to move it downfield again. Can they get a notable shot on target? Here's Miho. Miho gets it by Memory. Dapper's gonna come in, take the shot. Lethamyr's right there to make the save and get it downfield. And Selfless just wanna gear up and try again, but Memory right on the heels of Miho. Dapper comes in. Lethamyr. Ghost still able to have control of this. Selfless, they only get it really over to Ghost's half once or twice, and then it's just Lethamyr and Memory just grabbing this ball, going with these dribbles, trying to slow play down, and it's been working for them. Memory, especially winning these 50-50s, Ghost is just able to control the boost because of it. Memory trying to get to this, forcing Lethamyr to get back. He does make the save. And so Ghost actually hasn't been able to get a lot of shots on net. Selfless has done well defensively, just not able to transition. Dapper. Just meets Lethamyr on the ground. Miho, poor touch, and Lethamyr is gonna knock it downfield. Lethamyr.
Such a tough spot for Dapper. Miho scrambling back. That touch put Dapper in a terrible defensive situation, but he made the best of it, allowing Miho to get back in time. That was a scary moment.
Now Memory. Gonna look to carry that past Miho. Cross field, those usually don't go in. They're usually pretty well read. And Dapper's just gonna throw it on the transition. 2-1, Selfless take the lead.
I love seeing it. Dapper has so many options. He decides to go for, instead of an air dribble, just quickly goes for that second jump use. He flicks it past the final defender. He waited until Memory jumped up in the air. As soon as he did, he knew that he could flick it right past, and he did exactly that.
So now Ghost all of a sudden finds themselves down. Lethamyr gonna carry it past one. It's just hit against the back wall. And now Miho looking to get the touch. He doesn't. Lethamyr fighting against Dapper in midfield. It's Memory. Memory throws it down. The shot goes in. Memory sneaks it past both defenders, and all of a sudden it's a tie game.
Yeah, Dapper was rushing back. He was out of boost. Miho was just thinking that perhaps Memory would go for a center ball into the middle. He wasn't expecting that shot, and then Memory, he just goes for it. I mean, Lethamyr was talking about him, even in the Northeast Regional. His accuracy is on point.
Oh, flipping it up. Selfless wants to lead right here. Dapper, that's gonna be open season for Memory. Just has to put it on target. He does, and all like that, Ghost Gaming has the lead.
And again, memory and accuracy. He saw Miho coming back. He knew he needed to put a strong shot in. Miho could have blocked that ball had it been on the left side of the net, but Memory put it right where he needed to with just 16 seconds left under the pressure. Memory stepping up.
Miho has to pull off, opting for Dapper. Selfless wants to tie this game. Less than 10 seconds to go. Miho can't get to the ball. Lethamyr loses the challenge to Dapper. Dapper has to opt for Miho now. The ball has to stay in the air. Dapper able to pop it up. Miho has to immediately turn around. He can't do it. Lethamyr kills it. Ghost up 2-0.
And again, Ghost, they're just deadly. We saw the shot accuracy from Memory. That was the difference maker in this game. Memory just making the most out of every opportunity, even on the wall with 16 seconds left. Miho probably thinking he was going to pass that into the middle. Yep. No, he shoots it from a strange angle off the ceiling and just gets that shot. That was an incredible play for Memory.
It's difficult if you're Memory, or not Memory, if you're Miho in that situation, just because, look, Memory has so many options, and Dapper and Miho had options. They had chances. They just weren't able to finish it, and it was tough. It was a tough go for Selfless.
And just looking at these highlights, you can see Ghost take control here. This one, Memory, he was waiting for the clear. He jumped on that Dapper mistake, got that ball down into the middle for Lethamyr, and then we saw a response. Oh, this might be the saving play. Yeah, that one, the one we all thought was going to be going in, but eventually they did get the goal. Miho with a strong shot across the net. Memory couldn't get there in time, but then Memory just doing a great job.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Lethamyr, we talked to some of the players about why they don't want to play against Ghost, because it wasn't just Selfless, it was some other teams that also said, like, I don't want to play Ghost, just because Lethamyr is kind of unpredictable. He just gets in your face, and you don't know what's going to happen, and that's what Lethamyr did here. He gets in your face, he wreaks havoc, and Memory's just the cleanup crew, and here we go again.
Cleanup
right
crew
there.
Indeed, and Lethamyr winning that ball in the middle, getting the ball to his teammate, which is so key. When you're clearing the ball, if you can get that ball over to your teammate who's in position for a long shot or a big clear, that is a key ability that you need in Rocket League, especially in twos. It's not enough to just clear the ball over to a spot where the opposing team is going to take time to get to it. You've got to get it to your teammate. Lethamyr does that all the time.
Well, Ghost takes it to match point and are looking for a clean sweep to stay in this tournament. And Selfless just fighting to stay alive. Memory gonna take a shot. Memory worked past Dapper once, couldn't do it again. Miho actually picked up the save. Now Miho, one-on-one against Memory. Lethamyr trying to get there. Dapper's not gonna let him, but Memory, the defensive god that he is, makes the save.
Yeah, and Lethamyr was harassing Dapper as well. Miho just needed to get a little bit more quality flick on that, he might have been able to beat Memory.
And we got a nice touch, but Dapper able to catch it. And Selfless trying to move downfield. Lethamir right there. Lethamir gonna take that off of a poor touch. Miho able to make the save. Good old Mijo. I told Courtney I would call Miho Mijo on broadcast, and so I did it. That's my one. That's the one you get.
Well, I hope you got something nice for it.
Nah, I didn't get anything. Memory. Gonna flick it up and then challenge saved by Dapper. So Miho trying to get past this ball. Actually wanted to find Dapper on the wing, but Lethamir now has an open net, open goal. 1-0 for Ghost.
A little bit of a mistake right here. Miho, he side flipped too early, missed the ball, and Lethamir used that mistake and just pounced right on top of it, clearing it down, easily reads it off the back wall, and punches it in for the first goal. So Miho probably wishing he got a better touch right there, as that missed touch resulted in Ghost getting one ahead.
Memory coming in, making a save. Lethamir tries to follow up. Memory has to come in and help out. So Selfless being down, this is it. They have to fight back in this game. They have no more buffer. They have to find a way to get past this Ghost defense. They were able to do it in game one. They were able to fight back from a 2-0 deficit. They just haven't really found any sort of room since then. Ghost has just been slowly just pounding this ball.
Double commit.
The back of the net, and you said it. Double commit's gonna give Lethamir this goal, and it's 2-0 for Ghost.
Yeah, this, you know, we knew it was trouble right there when Dapper and Miho went for it. Left didn't score on the first shot, but he follows it up off the backboard and taps it right into the corner. Ghost 2 goals ahead now, and then Selfless making mistakes like that. It's not looking good for them. Their back is to the wall. They have no more lives.
If you're Selfless and you're looking for the bright side, look, you've been down 2-0 plenty of times. Miho says, yeah, no problem. Easy goal, 2-1.
And then Lethamir actually BMs himself. He said great pass and quick chat. I can see it on my observer computer. So he's getting a little cheeky with himself right there. But now Selfless within striking distance. Miho taking advantage of that mistake. Now Selfless just within 1.
Memory and Lethamir getting a favorable kickoff. Kind of leaves Miho in a poor spot to be able to do anything about it. Maybe trying to get the bump in now. Selfless, have the break. Ooh, trying to get the tie. Dapper couldn't get the touch he wanted. Tries to slow it down. Can Miho finish it off? He does. Memory couldn't get the clear, and it's 2-2 tie game.
A heads-up play from Miho. He saw left head no boost, just gets the demo. That forced Memory to have to commit to try to make this save. Dapper can score from that position on the wall, so Memory had to jump. When he missed, Miho had the easy cleanup, but a lot of that was due to the demo taking Lethamir out of the play.
And Miho knew. Miho knew that Memory only has one place he can hit this ball, and he was perfectly positioned for it, but a nice touch by Lethamir forced his Miho up. Ghost wants this lead back. Memory. Trying to move up. Angle denied. Miho wins against Lethamir. Miho trying to work past Memory. He's battling him in the corner. A little bit of a scrum. Dapper there to keep the play alive. Lethamir gone. Miho with control. Up high. Lost the boost. But Dapper winning a crucial challenge. And now Miho, he has an open shot, got a lot to pick from, and that's gonna be a goal and a Selfless lead.
I wanted to see more from Miho on that previous attempt, but he makes up for it right here. Full boost, gets that touch, hits it off the crossbar, and just fortunately it hit right back into him. But that was a quality shot at an unblockable spot. Miho getting this go-ahead goal for Selfless.
Yeah, an unfortunate spot for Memory. He was the only one who could have came up and really tried to challenge that ball. Not sure if he was low on boost, but Miho kind of had him beat to the ball, maybe kind of wondering what Miho was going to do. Didn't want to overcommit. Either way, Selfless gets the goal. Miho steals the ball away.
Yeah, that was a great play because Dapper was worried about having a 1v2 situation. Miho just hustles back and prevents Lethamyr from having time to dribble, but it doesn't matter. Memory with the snipe. Again, Memory just forcing the issue.
And Dapper had the right idea there. Like,
And
try to get the touch and just couldn't get it.
Dapper wanted to try to touch that ball up the sideline, accidentally passes it right out into the middle. A very poor touch from Dapper. And Memory's not going to let those slip by.
Oh, here comes a shot. Lethamyr takes the lead for Ghost right off the kickoff.
Yep, right off the kickoff, Miho was cheating up, and then Lethamyr was waiting behind. So when that ball popped up in the air, Miho had to turn around. Lethamyr had a clear shot on net, and that is a hat trick now for Lethamyr. 3 goals on just 6 shots.
Selfless find themselves down again in the same game. Trying to get back into it. Memory. Just want to keep the pressure up. Lethamyr actually puts Memory in an interesting spot. Has to keep this ball with him, and he does. Actually gets it down to Lethamyr, who has a clean hit right against the back wall and runs into Memory on his way out. Selfless. They got to be able to get a continued touch here in the blue half. It just hasn't happened. Memory and Lethamyr just keeping every angle of attack. Oh, Dapper almost had it off the ceiling. That would have been quite a shot, but he wasn't able to make it happen. Not a lot of time left. Selfless have to move now. Dapper needs the touch here. Can't get it. Lethamyr trying to keep the ball close. He can't. Memory, it's up to him. He gets it to Lethamyr. It goes in, and Ghost Gaming are all but assured to stay in this tournament.
You know, they have just been capitalizing on every mistake that Selfless made. That time, Dapper needed to get the ball out into the middle. He missed his hit, and they made them pay. Now 5-3, just 5 seconds left. Ghost poised to move on.
And as the timer hits 0, that's gonna do it. Lethamyr's done, and Ghost Gaming staying in the Universal Open.
And that was really just, you know, Memory and Lethamyr working together, not really making many mistakes at all. We saw a few, like the one where Lethamyr accidentally passed it out to Miho to get that free goal. But overall, Memory and Leth, those guys, they were just too much for Selfless. Selfless made too many mistakes, and Ghost, they made the most out of every mistake Selfless made.
And Selfless really tried to implement more passing, and it was just really unfortunate mistouches that were their worst enemy this time. Like, for example, that the mistouch by Dapper in the corner that led to a goal for Ghost that gave Ghost the lead. So, you know, unfortunate for Selfless, but, you know, well done to Ghost Gaming, capitalizing and moving on.
Yeah,
I thought Memory was ill. I didn't see a single sign of weakness.
It's not an excuse. Hey, Memory, you're nuts. All right, how about that? Yeah.
Great player. Oh my gosh, and an impressive match. You know, we talked to Miho earlier and Dapper, and they said they're going to let everyone do what they want, and eventually they'll mess up, and that's when Selfless can move in. Well, Ghost had an easy solution. They said, we're not going to mess up.
Exactly.
It's like, you know, hit the ball, hit it into the net, and don't let it in your net, and you win games. It's amazing.
We got some great shots of them doing that. Let's take a look at the replays from this last match.
And again, this was a lot of domination. You see here, again, that was a mistake from Miho. Lethamyr capitalized. That seemed to be so many key goals was Ghost just making the most when there were just small mistakes, small mistouches. And Lethamyr, again, these guys don't miss. Memory, Lethamyr, hitting every shot.
Yeah, that one was off of a double commit as well from Selfless. And here, we see them get that goal that put them right back into it. We thought, all right, here comes Selfless, they're gonna fight back, and they did. They were able to get that second goal. Miho with that demo, and then Memory not able to get the touch, capitalize it.
Absolutely, but it still, you know, wasn't enough. Miho, he was doing as much as he could. I thought Miho, you know, he got a hat trick this game. This mistouch right there, again, capitalized on Memory, making the most of it. It was a very tough shot. And then, again, the kickoff goal. It's always a little bit fortunate when the ball bounces your way, but Lethamyr, he was ready for the opportunity.
And then tried to get something going, and this was right here where it sealed the deal. A quick pass out to left, out in the defensive third, and that's all she wrote for Ghost Gaming.
Yeah, she wrote a good story, though. A happy ending for Ghost Gaming, in fact.
Yeah, well, okay, she still has more to write, but...
Yeah, this is just
That is
chapter
true.
2.
You're
you know?
right, you're right. We're next chapter.
Yeah, they survived their brush with death here. They'll be moving on in the bracket, and we're actually going to go to a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to have Larry on the field talking to Ghost Gaming about their most recent win, about staying alive in this tournament. Welcome back to the Universal Open Rocket League Grand Finals taking place here in Stamford, Connecticut, and it's lovely outside. We've been inside playing video games, but I've been told, and thanks to these lovely scenic views, that it's a beautiful place to be. Let's take a look at the brackets and see how our day has panned out. Ghost Gaming squeaking through in that lower bracket, Complexity as well staying alive. Cloud9, G2 Girls, and Team Secret sitting pretty in that upper bracket. Tomorrow, we're going to have a lot more Rocket League action, so you'll get to see that bracket continue. But gentlemen, just talking about the games today, we've seen some surprises. We've seen some things play out in the ways that the players and you know, their coaches suspected. But any major moments for you?
Major moment was the squishy double flip reset extravaganza assist of the day.
Moment.
Yeah, that was fun.
My favorite,
I like that.
My favorite moment was probably the freaky double tap in
The freaky
overtime.
double tap was awesome.
Game
yeah.
5, that was pretty.
But
nice.
it wasn't a double flip reset.
Yeah, no, they were both good moments.
All of these terms sound so cool, though. A freaky double tap sounds pretty crazy. All right, we got Larry on the floor with our last team to win today. Moving on, staying alive in that bracket. Larry, how's Ghost doing?
Good. Freaky double tap on a Friday. How about that? Freaky Friday. We were talking about that off camera. I have to get that in there real quick.
Are we going to
All right,
body
guys.
switch one day?
We got the guys here that just won this last match. You got Ghost moving on in the lower bracket. Let's go back to that first match. You guys lost in the winner bracket there. What changed for you guys? Because you guys lost in 4 games. Then you come out here and you get a sweep.
So against Scrub and Greasy, I feel like they completely countered what we have been doing all day in scrims. I feel like it might have been advantageous to play them before we played them. They played completely different to how everyone else did. Like they used the backboard a lot more, and I feel like we didn't utilize backboard defense as much as we could have. And whenever we did, we didn't have enough boost because they were controlling the boost really well. So I feel like we've taken that into account for next time if we ever face them in the future in this match.
Remember, it's safe to say you don't want to scrimmage a team you're about to play, right?
Yeah, it's usually not good, but I mean, we're able to adapt, so it would have helped us. But of course, they wouldn't want to do that. But
yeah, I feel like in game 3, we figured out what they were doing, and then in the 4th game, they started to change how they played to adapt to us. So it backfired.
All right, back to this game. Look, game 3 there. You guys were down. You got 2 goals, I believe, in like 5 or 6 seconds. How big was that for you guys to kind of close them out?
Well, you saw that great pass by myself in the chat there. That's I definitely passed the ball right to Miho. So we kind of were fooling around a little bit too much at the end there, and we should have taken it a little more seriously. We had that 2 game on our backs that we should have. I know it threw us off a little bit, and we ended up coming back because we focused on that shot, and also Memory's second goal there on the backboard down to the goal. It was insane. So I don't know. I can't say enough of how nuts this guy is.
Yeah. Well, it's nuts that you played so well because you were so sick. That's the big story coming into this match. You've been sick for a while. Catch us up to it, to what happened and how you got here and how you're feeling now, because that was a Jordan-esque game. That was like the flu game, right, for the Bulls.
it's been kind of rough lately, but I think coming into today, I was like, I just kind of have to forget about it, just try and play my game. It was rough earlier, and it's kind of rough now, but we managed to pull out the win, so feeling good.
You guys were real big on luck. We're not making any excuses. I mean, how much did that factor into the mindset today and trying to get through this?
Well, like I said in my previous interview, like we take every game the same way. We treat every opponent as if they're the best in the world, and we always watch to see what they're doing. And we play accordingly. Obviously, it didn't work in the first series. We need to go back to the drawing board. We're definitely going to watch the replays tonight. We won't be playing them tomorrow regardless unless they drop, and I think they might be on the opposite side of the bracket. But if we ever face them later on, we want to make sure that we've got our homework done. All
right, real quickly, remember, you got about 18, 19 hours to recover. You think you're going to be okay tomorrow?
Hopefully, yeah. We'll see.
What are your plans to stay healthy and make sure you're feeling good tomorrow?
Well, I'm going to sleep like 20 hours, and then we should be good.
All right, you heard it. He's going to get a lot of sleep, a little R&R, kick back, right? rest, little stuff like that. All right, guys, these guys, Ghost, moving on in the lower bracket. We'll see those guys tomorrow. Rachel?
I don't know. What if it turns out that the flu was the source of your power memory? Are you prepared for that?
Yeah, the more
I like the fact that they said no excuses. That was big.
It's like Goku. It's like Goku. Like the more he's defeated, the more powerful he gets.
Exactly, exactly.
All right, well, guys, during today's grand finals, Soylent pledged to donate the cost of 200 meals per goal scored to the World Food Program USA. And I'm so proud of all our teams. That means with a total of 106 goals today alone, we are donating 21,200 meals to the overall, what's the total here? I'm not great at math, but let me tell you, it's 47,705 meals. And that's with the regionals, that's with the qualifiers, and now our first day of the grand finals. And you guys at home can help out and join Soylent in donating some meals. Head on over to the World Food Program USA, WFPUSA.org/Universal Open. That's where the charity lives here. So, gentlemen, you know, we've seen a lot of matches today. We just heard from Ghost, a lot of unexpected feelings for the teams. I want to pull up the brackets here and take one more look at what's to come for tomorrow and hear some of your thoughts on it. Our first match is going to be Cloud9 and G2 again, so I'm excited.
That's the match of the day right there.
Yeah.
Cloud9 and G2. That is going to be an insane. We're talking probably the four best players in North America that are all going to be playing on the same pitch and facing off against each other. That's going to be an insane game.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're guaranteed, as much as Garrett G hates the storyline, we're guaranteed an NA versus EU upper finals. Girls and Team Secret, I'm watching that one because girls, to me, you know, you scrub Killa, a young kid just starting to come out and compete in these major international lands. I want to see them go all the way. I want to see how Scrub in a high pressure situation on this kind of stage perform. So I'm excited to watch girls take on Team Secret.
Well, I do want to say a big thanks to coming to Selfless and Double Trouble, two teams that showed up well today, gave us a lot of exciting content, but unfortunately have fallen out of the lower part of the bracket and are careening towards the ground right now, while the rest of us sail on to tomorrow, where the Universal Open Rocket League, sponsored by 7-Eleven and Brisk, continues. We are going to have incredible games from Cloud9 and G2 Esports to start us off. We got Complexity, Ghost Gaming, Team Secret, and girls still in the mix. Tons of Rocket League this weekend. Don't go anywhere unless it's to 7-Eleven to buy yourself some buy one, get one Brisk. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't go anywhere. 7-Eleven.